Hi everybody, and welcome to part one of your final project. This is our last project of the semester, and I hope that you all can put forth the effort that it requires. I'm really excited about this project because, as I stated in your introduction to this week, this is a project that I've never done with a Drawing One class before. We live in very different times right now. As you know, we're not in person, we're doing virtual learning. And that means even more than usual, it's important for the artist to respond to current situations. Social issues have always been a very prevalent thing within the arts communities in different types of responses, whether it's painting or theater or different types of art. So I want you all to think a little bit on what 2020 has meant to you. So the first step of your project is actually to sit back and reflect on what's going on this year. You know, there's a lot of different issues, both socially, with our health, with our government, all over the board that have really been on fire a little bit this year. And I want you all to sit back, relax, find a quiet space, and do a little bit of reflection, all right? The next step in your process is to gather some materials. I want you all to go out and see how in the past artists, specifically in the visual arts, so painting and drawing, have responded to certain issues, whether it is an issue with their country, with their government, or with just their localities across the world. I have a book that has meant a lot to me over the years. This is called The Social and the Real. Now, I know not everybody owns this book, probably none of you do, but in this book there are a variety of artists that I feel are very prevalent to what we're discussing this week. These are artists that have dealt with certain issues and have responded to them in their own way to provide a dialogue to communicate to large numbers of people. Okay, so for instance, we have artists such as Leon Golub, all right, who responded to the Vietnam War and to civil rights. We have artists such as Kathy Kollwitz, who's a German artist, beautiful work in charcoals that responded to the poverty and the depression in her country. Artists all over the world are in this book, and I'm going to go ahead, and as you can see this assignment, I went ahead and made a list of certain artists that I feel speak towards social issues throughout art history. Now, because I'm giving you this list, that does not mean that you cannot go out and do your own research. I would actually really suggest that you go out and you look a little bit and do a little bit of digging as to different artists that may or may not have dealt with social issues of their own time. Now, since this is a response to 2020, you're going to be doing two things this week. First of all, after your reflection time, you're going to think, well, what specifically do I want to tailor my piece of artwork towards? Okay, whether that's the pandemic, whether that's the elections, whether that's the Black Lives Matter movement, or whether that's something else, you're going to go ahead and choose one specific topic to represent. Now, if you want to represent more, even better, but it's going to be at least one from this year that you're choosing. Secondly, you're going to either look at the list that I've given you here or do a little bit of digging, and you're going to find one piece of artwork from the past that deals with a social issue. All right? This project is going to be a remix of that piece you're choosing. You're going to go ahead and choose one specific piece of artwork from the past and change it and alter it to make it modern in the context of a response about 2020. Okay? So you're going to take a little bit of the past with the present, combine them into a powerful piece that responds to our current situation. All right? So please look at the rest of the assignment details. If you have any questions, ask sooner rather than later. This again is a 2-week project, but you will be required to send me your design, which should be laid out on your paper by the end of this week. And that should give you one more week to add all your materials. So please look at the details and let me know if you need any assistance. Good luck, everybody.